Hello everybody and welcome to episode 20! Yes, number 20 of Hashtag Total Markout. Recorded August 17th, broadcasted August 18th. This is our 31st week of being on YouTube and Web TV, and we thank you for joining us. So, once you finish making all the noise possible...
I was thinking, each of us now to make the fucking noise.
Yep. Let me introduce the panel. He is an indie wrestler and
hang on. We've had some complaints of the script.
Really?
Yeah, you're not an indie wrestler.
Yeah.
You've never wrestled a match.
Because I haven't technically had a match.
Alright.
I've only had a training match.
Fine, I shall correct this then.
But I've been a ref.
Alright.
Ha!
Don't worry, I'll just be...
Yeah.
Right, I'll fix this.
No, that's not for me.
No,
that's for
fine.
the fans.
That's alright, for you fans.
Because I've only had a training match.
For you fans. No,
people.
For you fans.
Person.
Who was it?
Gary.
For you...
Hi, you gonna get got again.
For you fans, I will change this. He is an LTWF wrestler and an indie referee, and a man so controversial that AW was fired just for knowing him. It's Eric Von Gisney! And the D is silent.
Oh.
And as usual, it's the resident Geek King and the man who the phrase censorship translates to challenge accepted.
Ooh.
It's Dan, the Geek King, Adamson!
Ooh.
The WCW3 producer and a man so power hungry I fired Donald Trump and Vince McMahon in the same night.
Good for you.
Thank you very much for joining us. As I said, episode 20, guys. We managed to last so far. We're doing alright, I think.
I've got 16 appearances.
Woo! Yeah, you got
19.
Yep.
19.
But you realise your attendance record is so bad, if this is school, you'd be fucking excluded.
I know.
Yeah.
Which is ironic. Which is very ironic.
You've been suspended. Again.
Which is ironic because I never missed a day.
Very
rarely in college
because
or school.
Yeah, I never miss out until back out.
Yeah.
But when it comes to college...
I think I've been off more times than I've been off my last few years of uni and college combined.
Yeah, you're off for like a week.
But anyway, this week we'll be recapping WWE Smackdown from last week, as well as Raw 1003. Woo! We'll also take a look at Jizmy stats.
Damn right we will.
And we'll be getting more wrestling nostalgia in Geeks You Get a Witch! We'll also have the results of this week's hashtag Top 10. So without further ado, let's jump right into our first segment. First segment, ladies and gentlemen.
Recap. Do it now. Hit that funky music.
That's the worst sound that I've ever done.
Well, you know...
Thought I'd change it up a bit.
Yeah, we can't always have the same intro.
No, I meant the funky music, Pops.
Why?
This didn't sound right.
Okay. So, we were in Houston for this week's episode of Raw, the hometown of...
Booker!
Yes, the Booker man who is the new general manager of SmackDown.
Booker man, yo.
Can you dig it? But, so basically, we start the show off with Booker T coming out to address his hometown crowd. Says he's great to be back, but he has some serious business to deal with.
That's my homie.
He's got to deal with Sheamus. We got a recap of what happened on the Raw previous, which was Sheamus stealing the car from...
Be a star, steal a car.
Right. So Booker T did the quickest facial expression change I've ever seen. He was like, well, that's really funny. We're going to get to business. He was like, whoa, dude, what the fuck? But he demands...
No. The quickest one ever is the Austin.
Oh, yeah.
It's the lol. What?
Yeah. But basically what happens is he demands that Sheamus comes out and gives a public apology to the WWE Universe. And this is what I don't get. It's always apologizing to the universe. You know what I mean? I've never been like in trouble and teachers going, now Stephen, you hit little Fenwick, didn't you? Yes, miss. Right, I want you to apologise to the entire school.
I apologise to the class ones.
Yeah, but you beat up the class.
It wasn't the class, it was just 4.
Yeah, there you go.
And they deserved it.
Anyway.
They call me mad names.
So Sheamus comes out and he starts this bullshit when he says he apologises for his actions for past days, including borrowing his car.
The keys were in the car.
Yeah, but
he was just making sure everything was working fine.
Then Alberto Del Rio comes out and states that he has filed a police report with the police, as you'd imagine.
San Antonio PD.
Yeah.
It was just practicing the ground.
Actually, that's what always gets me, right?
Yeah.
He says he's filed a police report with San Antonio PD.
Yeah.
But if I'm not mistaken,
later
on, it's the Houston PD that pick him up.
Well, actually, no, but you will get to that.
No.
We'll get to it. Nah.
And I thought they were indie wrestlers.
So Sheamus,
Cheers to me.
So Sheamus,
Hey, you want continuity, don't you?
but Sheamus goes, look, Alberto Del Rio, you want to get all pissy and all that. Why wait for SummerSlam? Let's have our World Heavyweight Championship match tonight. And Alberto Del Rio agrees.
Okay.
So the main event is set. Alberto Del Rio versus Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship.
But first,
We have a match. It is
Sin Cara
versus...
Cody Rhodes.
Match is alright. Sin Cara wins for the roll-up.
And another burial. What a shock. What a shock. Sin Cara wins.
I'm going to take this one.
Now, actually, the funny thing is, me and Disney had an argument earlier today about the concept of burial. And my simple point was, not every loss is a burial. The problem is, when I try to address that on the show, the first one they give me is Sin Cara versus Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
This is not fair on me.
You're not going to be
Yeah, but
right.
here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
If it was a good back and forth match,
Yeah.
but Sin Cara wins,
Yeah.
and I've said this before on the show,
Yes.
in my opinion, it's not a burial. In my opinion, a burial is repeatedly squashing, like Ryback,
Yeah.
Doris Clay, or Goldberg.
Yes.
How many times has Sin Cara lost?
Yes, but he's not had back and forth. But he has back and forth matches. It's not a squash. A squash is a 30-second match.
No. But he's still burying the talent.
That's no squash.
It's not a burial.
No, I never said it was a
And I'm
squash.
saying it's not a burial. in my
I never
opinion.
said it was a squash. I said it's a burial.
I'm saying if it's a back and forth
It's
match,
like
I don't think
Sheamus
it's
is
burial.
now a burial machine. It's official.
It's official.
It's official.
It's official. You heard it, people? Because Disney makes things official.
But anyway, we're going to move on.
So fuck Sin Cara, you non-European fuck.
Up next is a
You're
promo.
non-Jew.
Up next, a promo. Daniel
You
Bryan.
got anti-Semitic now.
Right, basically, Daniel Bryan comes out and berates the universe for the year.
No!
And I do love the fact that he'll go up to a fan and just go no. Yes, and they'll have the battle. Eventually, both just going into the
I have a quick word on Daniel Bryan's t-shirts.
yeah.
They recently, WWE.com did what they always like to do, is give you options on t-shirts
Yeah.
for the future. Daniel Bryan came up recently. Which one would you like to see? And one was the hands raised like D. Bryan does on the front of the shirt with yes, yes, yes. And on the back, Daniel Bryan wrestling.
Yeah.
So it was similar to the one he's got now, just with the hands. Another one was stop yelling that.
Yeah.
With but one was really cool was yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
And then it was either an inverted design on the t-shirt, reverse it, or it was on the back, had no, no, no. So essentially you got two t-shirts with one foot thing, and you could wear it either way and it makes sense.
Guess we should have cut the label off in the top of the collar.
No, because just do the
the
authentic
anyway.
ones these days.
That's cool.
So it's just a quick thing on that.
But Daniel Bryan comes out and starts getting all, arguing and all that jazz, and then
Is this when he becomes unstable?
and then Kane comes out, and then followed by one of my favourite general managers so far, but that's because of biased reasons. AJ Lee, who comes out in a short sleeve suit, skipping down the ring as she does, which quite frankly deserves a tribute video in of itself.
It does.
There is one.
It's so
And she basically
What? There is?
and she basically thanks.
To be fair, it's called her entrance video.
The thing is, she thanks Kane for basically accepting her for who she is and being nice to her and understanding him and all that jazz.
Well, just for it, Kane said he wasn't boyfriend material. But let's face it, he's not.
Oh.
He's about as best as boyfriend material as I am.
Yeah, just ask Katie Vick.
Yes, Flint.
Katie Vick, there was nothing.
Katie Vick's dead.
Yes, and
Right.
and King didn't do anything to Katie
Dan,
Vick.
it's wrestling
No.
law. I have to mention it.
Not
you
supposed to
don't.
do. Why? Because it's hilarious.
It's not. It was one of the worst segments ever. And you know why? You know it's bad? When people take the piss out of it themselves for how bad it was.
It's comical.
Anyway,
It wasn't comical, it was shit.
anyway,
It was it's I would even put it down as one of Triple H's top 10 greatest moments.
You don't like Triple H.
And
That's why you like that.
I like that. Could have been anybody, and I would have liked that. That is comical genius.
anyway,
It's necrophiliac in wrestling.
so AJ,
Yes, you did hear that right, people.
yeah,
Comic genius equals necrophilia in wrestling.
But it wasn't
Next week
supposed
the
to
com-
be
next-
real.
next week the complaint will be
That's
right.
what you
Not
said.
only is he not an indie wrestler, not only have I not heard of LTWF,
How
But
dare
now-
you.
But now he's supporting necrophilia.
No, that's not what I don't. I know you're saying, right? It's not supposed to be real. And
It's not even.
and you're
supposed
telling
to
me
be
that yes, and you're telling me that that's not what I get. It's not that. I didn't find the segment entertaining.
He jumped in a coffin.
Anyways,
with a mannequin.
Wow, you are easily fucking pleased.
Just
Anyway,
out.
That
is
anyway. Before,
no, that's
dude,
No,
this
that is
is
real
this is
wrestling.
a show that lasts every hour and a half an eternity. We've got enough time for blowing up. We'll get back
I'm just
to it.
saying it was hilarious, and a lot of the fans agree with it.
Dude, we still got Raw to come, and that has CM Punk. There'll be plenty of
Yeah,
time for
there's
arguments.
plenty to talk. Well, that non-Jew-pin.
I honestly,
Once again, will you pronounce your words?
Yeah. No,
Make
Jew pin.
settle and say Jew.
Yeah,
Non-Jew-pin?
Jew.
So does that mean he doesn't pay in Jews, or he doesn't, or he's a Jew?
I don't know. I just think Jews is anti-Semitic.
Yeah, he is the Mel
Pay your
Gibson
dues.
of Total Knockout.
Pay your dues.
And I'm the one with the speech impediment.
Oh, anyway, so basically,
Pay your dues.
she orders them to shake hands. She leaves the ring, and Kane proceeds to try to beat the shit out of him. At which point, AJ on her knees at the top of the ramp, which is a nice sentence for you, I know. So I starts laughing.
I have the picture saved.
Yeah, suddenly starts laughing, saying that was great.
Yeah, it was.
At which point, Jisby's going, it was.
It was?
It really was. And basically, up next, we go to the back where Booker T is in his office, and Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Rex walks in.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, this is an interesting.
This was interesting because they said they want more of an opportunity. And Booker T says, you got to
Got
raise
a
your game.
picture.
Yes. He says, you got to raise your game, you got to raise your game. And then there's an odd little fit between Tyler and Kurt, where Kurt basically says to Tyler, well, you don't want to go back to your old job and all jazz. And says, well, actually, it wasn't too bad. And then they go and suggest something to Booker T, but he's like, get out of here!
What's the other job?
Yeah. The security guard or the...
He was a janitor for an episode of NXT.
Yeah,
Oh, you
but
mean the old job he had?
Yeah.
He was a fucking surfer.
No.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's the whole gimmick.
Yeah, so I wonder what that's all about.
It could be a pilot. Too soon. Too soon. Okay, too soon.
Ironically, that flew right over my head.
Tyler Rex does not like planes.
Oh my god, it's another match!
Oh,
Jinder Mahal
Try to do like the old video game.
Jinder Mahal
Versus two local athletes.
Fight!
He defeated them with a double camel clutch.
No, he didn't. He
Well,
defeated one with a
Defeated
camel
one with a clutch, and
camel
then
clutch. Then he did a double camel clutch
Yeah.
after the match.
exactly.
Yes.
So, at which point,
Don't give a fuck. It's a guy that on his arms and freakiest fucker on the
then
planet.
Ryback comes out for the weekly game of anything you can do, I can do better,
Anything.
and hits the double whatever.
It's called the shell shock.
For me, it's whatever.
It's the Skip Sheffield.
It's called the shell
Skip
shock.
It's the Skip
The
Sheffield.
official word for it, official fucking name for it, is the shell shocked.
Hi, Skip. I respect your Nexus days.
I respect his fucking Nexus days, and I'm not fucking going along with this anymore, right?
Skip Sheffield versus Mahal.
The problem is, you're just now trying to deliberately piss him off.
I'm really not.
You are.
Well, because what? Good job, because you're not deliberately doing it, but you're fucking doing it.
That's alright.
Anyway, up next, it's the greatest show on earth, the highlight reel.
I can't believe I missed the fucking highlight reel.
You didn't miss much.
It's the highlight reel.
Chris
The
Jericho.
Geritron 6000. You can get the camera.
HD.
Yeah. Chris, probably 3D television now these days. But Chris Jericho said he's
Should
going to interview Dolph Ziggler, but then Vic Guerrero comes out with a thing. And by the way, I like to point out Vic Guerrero at this point has become completely incomprehensible. Like, it was worse on Raw, on Smackdown associated. On Raw, and I'm not going to go through the entire match, she literally came out and said, I'm just sitting there going, Adam, can you understand? He's like, no, I have no idea what she just said. We rewound it and played it, and again, all I could hear was, that's the only two words I understood.
To be fair, we're kind of thankful for that, because remember, she does have a habit of screwing up the easiest lines in the world.
Honestly, right now she should just go, Dolph Ziggler! Just so people can go,
That makes sense.
did she have a stroke? What the fuck? Wait, that's it. Wrestling's not scared to do a stroke storyline.
Let's do it.
Sorry, it's already been done.
Yeah.
TNA.
I know.
No, TNA did concussion. Stroke? No, they did stroke with Linda McMahon. She had a stroke,
Yeah.
which she Budgie just sat up from and kicked him in the balls.
That was amazing.
I
One
like
of the greatest
the
WrestleMania moments ever.
yeah, it was a great moment, but I just thought, wow, dude, you've got balls. Well, not anymore.
Well, it was because he kept it catatonic with pills.
Yeah.
They didn't actually say whether she had a stroke or not. They just said that she suffered from
It was implied.
medical problem.
Yeah.
Was rushed to hospital, and then and then Vince kept her catatonic with pills until Trish decided, fuck this.
There were the days.
But see, Vicky came out and said that Dolph was not going to reduce his amount of pay such a lowly show. So Jericho basically said, fuck it, you know what?
So basically, you could see it from a mile off.
Yeah. Jericho basically said, maybe people are right, he hasn't with the big one, so therefore tonight he's officially announcing the return.
Not me.
So that would be my phone, which I thought I turned off. And it's turned itself off to let me know that the alarm's going off. Thanks. Fucking
Bye,
phone.
phone.
We apologise.
Not going to edit that out. I'm not going to edit that out either, because I can't be arsed, fucking phone. Everyone hate the phone.
What do you mean? You
Tweet! I hate that phone. Tweet it.
It's only interference.
It's irritable as fuck.
It is
When
irritating.
you're in your headphones in.
It's a good noise.
It's
It's
not.
not.
It's not. Yeah, when you're having your headphones in, that goes in your ear.
In your world, is it just like rainbows and barbed wire?
In the 90s?
Yeah.
In the 80s?
You watch Life on Mars and just get a hard on. It's like, it's the old days. The old days!
Oh, they were the days.
Ashes was better though, wasn't it?
The
The Life
thing
on Mars
is,
was the 70s. That's a bit too old, isn't it?
he was watching Bill Ted Actors Adventure, left halfway through, and then when somebody asked him why, he said, they keep going back to the present. But anyway, so he says
Bring Bill and Ted
tonight,
on Raw's guest hosts.
It's actually making a film.
he said
Yeah, I was gonna say
tonight
that
he's
for
officially
years.
announcing the return of Y2J.
So we can
Chris
hashtag Y2J now.
This is Jericho, but it's Jericho.
No, he's officially announcing it as the return of
Y2J is
Y2J.
back.
I'm happy with that.
And then,
I love Y2J.
yeah, so Ben basically Dolph Ziggler tries to ambush him. At first, it looks like it's going to, go into Jericho's favour until Vicky Guerrero slaps Jericho, which slightly distracts him. And then Ziggler recovers enough to hit the zigzag. So then, up next, is another match. The Primetime Players
I
versus...
guess I could do the AEW.
No, he also hit him with one of the nastiest briefcase shots ever.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess
no protection.
I guess I could do the AEW part. I mean, no one else is going.
He was on Smackdown, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
It makes
That's what
Tuesday, innit? Yeah.
That's what gets me. He was still
Well,
on
it
Raw. He
was-
was still on Smackdown after a
It
week.
was Primo and Epico versus...
Hashtag millions of dollars. Hashtag those money-making scholars. Those boys are bringing noise. That was Swagger. D. Young and Titus O'Neil. The Primetime Players.
Boom!
And this was for the
I like
number one
that.
contendership for the tag team titles. And they won! Thanks to the ingenious of AEW.
That was all.
Make money, money, make money, money, make money, money.
Basically,
Oh!
He threw water into R-Truth's face, at which point you heard a very audible, "Oh no you didn't!" before they rushed into the ring to beat the living shit out of AEW, which caused a disqualification.
Yeah.
They also hit the primetime players.
Yeah, obviously.
It wasn't just like one of them
Well,
random.
you said you were confused because you thought they hit Epico and Primo.
No, it wasn't.
First, you thought...
No, it wasn't that. It was something else that was confusing us. I can't remember what it was. But,
I thought that's what you said.
I might have said it and mistyped. Yeah, I'm always making mistakes. Now I'm a botch machine. I'm like Sin Cara without a mask. I probably should wear one.
No, because Sin Cara masters Hooligans, and he's a botch.
Well, that's true. But anyway, thanks to the disqualification, the Primetime Players are the new number one contenders for tag team titles, and AEW.
Make money, 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 make money,
And
money.
with the final sacrifice, AEW doth ascend to the heavens.
And
Yep.
they have it at SummerSlam.
Yes.
They had the number one contendership match in SummerSlam. Because Titus O'Neil was, the title match at SummerSlam. Because Titus O'Neil actually tweeted about it the other day.
Well, there you go. So then, up next was another match. It was Christian versus Antonio Cesaro.
I think you should introduce this one.
Me?
Because you're going to go sleep if you don't.
I'm not.
Come on. It's who?
It's Christian.
Christian.
Christian!
Christian!
Versus
Go!
versus Antonio Cesaro. Who can speak in 5 languages? And this week's word was victory. It's mint music.
Oh, I fucking
I
love it.
love that music.
it's kind of what's weird to me. You know what the first thing it reminded me of?
Yeah.
Was like the Ramones, and I'm sitting there going, why has he got the Ramones when he's fucking Swiss and they're from New York?
But,
Hello, hola, ciao.
I'm telling you, I love Antonio Cesaro.
Bonjour.
I've loved him for ages. And what I don't like is the fact that people, the WWE's already saying that we need to work out whether we like him or not. So in that case, he should have put him on NXT.
But Chris Briggs on a win. Awesome times.
Yes, I was quite happy to see
Good
Christian
match.
win. Yes, back and forth. Nice to see Christian
Am
win.
I right in saying he hit the Swiss death on him?
After the match, he attacked him.
Yeah.
With the uppercut from the air?
Yeah.
Oh, that!
Oh, the Swiss death.
Oh, beautiful, man.
The most he used to call it the most European uppercut there is.
Yeah.
And now before he moved to WWE, he started calling it the Swiss death.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I'm waiting for him to be a big enough star so all he does one day is has a match where he goes, I've got nothing left to do. And like Vince, because Vince is banned him from doing certain moves, and like CM Punk and Bryan, he goes, fine, use it. But they say he has a match against Punk.
Yeah.
And it's to a point where it's like a match that he goes, I can't just use these limited movesets. All he does is he locks him up, and all you hear is, Ricola! And he hits that Ricola bomb to be fucking amazing.
And it's always good to see Xana.
Oh, then you got Booker.
Oh, yeah.
You got Booker.
Sucky, ducky, quack, quack.
You got Booker T, Terry Long, and well, basically in the back.
Skunk!
Eve basically goes
And
and says,
you forgot someone.
well,
No.
Eve goes
Whoa.
in and says,
Let us explain the segment. You didn't watch. Let us explain.
so basically, Eve
Whoa.
Let him explain.
explains that she wants to be, like Mrs. wants some kind of job.
Assistant General Manager.
And, basically, Booker T says, we've got nothing for you. At which point, Danielle comes in with, Caitlin walks in, sorry.
Yeah.
They congratulate her on becoming the new assistant.
General.
At which point, Eve threatens to take them to the board of directors for,
Board of
discrimination.
Directors.
Yeah,
Wait a
for
minute.
discrimination.
Is she the assistant to the general manager?
Assistant to the general manager,
Right.
not assistant general manager.
So she's.
But,
That's Zach's job.
but here's the thing.
Yeah.
No, here's
And it was Santino's.
Nah.
here's the problem, right?
Santino became a US champion.
But here's the problem I have with this little storyline thing. No, I've got the problem because basically what they say is, look, we'll make it fair on the up and up, right? Next we've got Smackdown. It'll be Caitlin versus Eve, whoever becomes the new assistant to the general manager, right? But the whole idea, I'm fine with that. But the whole idea, I'll go to the board of directors about discrimination. First of all, it wouldn't be discrimination because if Booker T turned around and said, sorry, there's nothing available for you, and then someone walks in and says, oh, by the way, this is the new assistant general manager. She says, wait, no, I want that position. That position is no longer available because we gave it to someone else. That's not discrimination, that's the facts of life.
Facts of life.
And the idea of, well, I'll go with discrimination, I'd be like, bitch, please. Remember that time when you were John Rice? What did you do to Sheamus? What about the bullshit you were trying to pull with CM Punk? Don't give me that motherfucking bullshit. And bear in mind, aren't you the one that was trying this bullshit with John Cena and Zack Ryder? Don't give me this bullshit about discrimination.
Bear in mind,
Get the fuck out of here. In fact, do us all a favour. Get the fuck out of here. Get yourself the Playboy something where you can actually make a dime for this company.
Gang.
But yeah, so basically they agree on the match. And then up next, it's Rey Mysterio versus The Miz.
Rey Mysterio versus The Miz.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be the coach, because the coach is cool. The Miz, no. He's just earning points right now.
That's when you hated it, wasn't it? The start of it was The Miz.
I hate The Miz.
Hoorah!
Oh, no.
At least he's a Jew here, I'll give him that.
Seriously, I cannot hear you say anything but Jew here.
Yeah.
Jew pair.
Say it the American way. Dues.
Jews.
Just because he's like, none of these are paying Jews. They only go to Catholic fucking stores.
I can't knock him for that. You know.
Well, I can knock The Miz for
He went through
a very
tough
valid reason. Maurice.
He went through stuff.
There's no knocking up for that. Well done, sir.
There is. He ruined Maurice.
How did he ruin Maurice?
Oh, he ruined her, Maurice.
Maurice is opening up her own store. She's doing very well for herself. And she's not going to get injured doing the job she's doing now.
Oh, I bet she will.
Doing the... Never mind. I just realised your next line.
I bet she did.
This match actually ended, again with like quick pins, not bad.
It's ironic that Maurice left the WWE because she was doing
No.
the job and now she can't
Would
do
you like to
the
tell the
job.
good people who won?
Yeah. You didn't say who won.
For anyone you were going through the match?
Yeah.
You said it ended in a quick pin?
Rey Mysterio won.
Rey Mysterio?
Who was that one? Points for me.
And not only was
You
it points...
fucking love Smackdown.
Now, not only was it points for you, it was main event points.
Damn right,
for
it
you.
was main event points.
Of course, yeah.
Because it was time for the... And I'm not gonna do the full version for this one. I'll do it for Rob, but not for this, because... No, this does not deserve it.
It was time for the...
Apparently.
Apparent main event. The alleged main event star.
Hashtag false advertising.
Sheamus versus Alberto!
Del Rio. Del Rio.
And I thought,
You did that very well, sir.
thank you. And of course, as for accompanying him, it was...
Ricardo Rodriguez!
Now, everything seems to be on the up
You
and
just
up.
tap 3 times there. This is that only thing like...
So basically, so far it looks like on the up and up. It looks like we're going to have like, oh yeah, we got the match. And then all of a sudden, these officers come out. And Alberto goes, no, I did not further report, I did not further. And they all surround the ring. And then he smirks, at which point Michael Cole goes, wait, they're not officers. And he does basically then starts singing Christian's theme. Gore! You know, yeah, not gore.
He's the number one contender for a Ring of Honor Championship. He is.
That's awesome. But yeah, I'd love to get that album. Stu Superstar sings themes that are on the road.
Go.
To get like, you know. But basically, as long as Archie doesn't sing, for the love of God, don't let him sing.
No, it's funny. It's actually if you got superstars to sing their own theme song.
Well, some of them do. I mean, Shawn Michaels sang his own theme. I don't know if you knew that.
No, yeah,
Another reason why he got the shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. Everyone knows that. But anyway,
have Christian come out and go.
The guys who were pretending to be police officers kicked the living shit out of Sheamus after he tried fighting them off violently. And he did at one point. So live on WWE.com, not
And
live on WWE.com, exclusively on WWE.com.
And tout.
Booker T announced that the SummerSlam World Heavyweight Championship match was off.
Well, I believe you can follow on tout on at BookerT5X.
Yeah. Now, I'm curious as to why they did this. Because if you think about it, I know what happens on SmackDown.
Do you think it's just another reason to fuck Del Rio over?
I don't think they're trying to fuck Del Rio over. I think it's more of a case of the thought it was good. I honestly thought I honestly think that they thought this would be a great idea, and it's okay to it's maybe a way of making Del Rio look bigger and badder and whatever. But at the same time, basically, I know what happens on SmackDown.
I don't.
So it's
of course, it's a spoiler-free show.
Well, that's the problem. Is my Twitter feed is not spoiler-free.
Yeah. Because
I follow some people who feel the need to tell me, you know, oh my God, you know, I was SmackDown. Oh, I've just read online this, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? But anyway, so that ended in a no contest. So officially, it wasn't a match. So therefore, minimum points to Mysterio and The Miz for them. Hashtag Tobago, hashtag Fantasy Wrestling League.
And of course, now it's time for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, episode 1003, ladies and gentlemen. We are again in Dallas, Texas.
Big day.
Now you got to remember what happened in the lead up to this show. Well,
Dallas stays in Dallas.
We had remember things like Brock Lesnar promised he would see Shawn Michaels soon enough. We had the announcement that Shawn Michaels is going to be on Raw that very night. So,
which made no sense.
We start
new faces for
we start off the show with a match. It is WWE Champion.
What the hell?
Versus the Big Show.
What the hell? Why start Raw with a match? Really?
Well, that's
just hashtag bad booking right there.
Here's the thing. I double checked, right? CM Punk. This match ended in disqualification when Daniel Bryan came out, right? Yeah. Now, the WWE website states Big Show defeats WWE Champion CM Punk by disqualification, right? Yeah. But it's been stated elsewhere that CM Punk won the match via DQ.
Or is it on a show?
They didn't announce it. You know,
But no one said anything.
no one said it on the show.
I'm sure you had countless recaps.
Yeah, I can't count this here, but nobody mentioned
What the match was over.
They just said, "Oh, it ended in DQ."
It's
Whatever.
nice to see CM Punk in that 5+1 main event slot.
Yeah.
Just say it.
So basically,
Just
it's been confirmed by other peeps and other articles and all that jazz that the match ended with CM Punk being awarded the win. Whoever wrote the fucking article on WWE.com is a moron.
Because it's a shit website.
So basically,
What's your website look like?
I haven't got one.
That's weird, that.
But if I did have one, it wouldn't be filled with mistakes.
kind of put it. We'll cover this on Shout next week because I've got a rant about that. Got you surprised?
Nope.
So basically, Brian has got CM Punk in the no lock, and Big Show delivers one a hell of an elbow drop onto CM Punk, which quite frankly I wouldn't wish on Saddam Hussein's, whatever.
Kids.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I don't know, should I put the word kids and Saddam Hussein together?
That's
I just
great.
couldn't imagine him fucking anyone. Well, that
Does
is
have
anyway.
kids.
Maybe Triple H.
It's just as Kane would do. Look, that would be a storyline.
But anyway, so AJ Lee, the Raw General Manager, comes out, and I'm sorry, this was the week where she was dressed in the short sleeve suit. Oh, sorry, I just can't stop thinking of her in a short sleeve suit. You know, my imagination isn't good enough to imagine it naked. Yet I have to build and train my imagination.
Really? Really?
It's too awesome an image.
It took me 2 weeks.
Yeah, but Dad, I'm a gentleman.
That's only because I haven't seen the first week.
You know, dude, but anyway, she decides that she's.
Jay Lethal.
Oh, John Cena ran out at
And
this
Shreddy
point.
Locks.
If you didn't know that John Cena was going to run out in the Tag Big Show by now,
Who?
John Cena.
Oh, yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
You never heard of John Cena?
No.
Right, fair enough.
Which one's that again?
Well, it's the one that Cena's true fan of mine, the partner of.
I thought that was just like a band or something.
Yeah.
No?
Well, you might not recognise because I just said John Cena as opposed to how his name used to be called out.
Like fuckwit, dickhead, twatface.
No.
I know him!
Yeah.
Is that the same guy?
Yeah.
I did not know that was his name.
Dickhead.
You just always call him Fuckwit.
Fuckwit.
Anyway, so AJ Lee skipped out the ring and decided
And
that
he's a superstar.
tonight.
Tonight she would get the Teddy Long gene.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
That dude, that's a bad way of phrasing that.
Well, Cristo and Exana still both had it, so.
Tonight it's going to be Daniel Bryan and the Big Show to team up to face Punk and Cena tonight. Double duty! More chance for points. It would have been great if it was the main event! But it wasn't!
Okay.
Even though they announced all night, the main event! It wasn't. Cocksuckers.
We would like to explain why Jesse's laughing and Steve's getting angry. On the hashtag Total Markout, hashtag Fantasy Wrestling League game, the main event gets extra points and is classified as the last match on a card. No matter what is billed as the main event, if it is not the last match on the card, it is not main event points. So, well, it just fucks Steve's whole night up.
And I'm laughing because CM Punk didn't get the main event again.
And
Daniel Bryan.
you're just laughing because you're...
I'm a buzz.
Sorry. That's the censorship there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not really.
We've been told specifically
No, it is.
by Blip, we're not allowed to use the word.
Wow.
And that's two. Or there is now two peeps on the show. People going, I think we know what we're
So you're laughing because you're a see you next Tuesday.
Ain't bother. Because CM Punk's
And
not the main event.
I'm annoyed because Jesse's a
Because CM
Make
Punk...
more work for yourself.
I know. I'm only doing that one time.
CM Punk, Mr. WWE Champion, who draws all the ratings. Not even main event Raw. Just saying. Just
Wow,
saying.
it's weird that because I swear to God,
Yeah.
I didn't see The Rock on this Raw.
No?
I didn't see him on last week either.
Did you not?
No.
I don't think it was on the week before.
No.
He was on the other one,
Yeah.
and then I hadn't seen him for like a few months before that.
Yeah.
Night after WrestleMania.
But anyway.
I was there.
We cut
Yeah,
the back
and
where
your point?
we're in the back where JTG is talking to Caitlin,
Oh, yes.
saying that
From here to that tag match, Raw is fucking amazing. Just saying, for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically, JTG says like it's crazy that he's not on the show. Which AJ comes up, what do you say? AJ's like, Yeah. And she goes, right, you want to be in Raw? I'll go find you an opponent.
Yes.
And JTG, for real? No, I was like, word up. Word up.
JTG on
At
Raw.
which point she goes, word up. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Wait, I'm sorry, that would be word up.
Yeah.
so So basically, I would start tweeting, going, "Oh wow, what JTG speaking up didn't get any heat then." ... And as I typed ... and I was going to hit the send button as soon as because I was writing as JTG was getting the ring. At which point, all I heard was "Feed me more," which immediately afterwards I wrote, "Maybe not send."
Is that new music? Like,
yeah.
Oh, sweet.
But
is it all new music, or is
No,
it
it's the same tune.
so
it starts with "Feed Me More"?
So basically, Ryback won the match, obviously. There are two schools of thought. The first school of thought is, oh my god, great. So he speaks up and then he gets fed to Ryback. And the other school of thought is thinking, he got on Raw.
Yeah.
So
He's on Raw. That is the main thing. He's on
I
TV.
think what this is, I mean, you both tweeted that you thought that the power bomb was stiff.
It was a stiff powerbomb.
And you thought it made Jizzy... I've got to remember that while we're on, where we're audio and not visual, I look at someone and say you.
Yeah.
It doesn't help, but I know that Eric, you tweeted that you thought maybe it was punishment.
So maybe go out and hurt him.
Yeah, to go out and hurt him.
But he got on TV.
However, I think my train of thought here is that it's very much he got on Raw. They're going to give, and sure, it was against Ryback, but it seems Ryback beating the fuck out of Jack Swagger again.
This was my argument weeks ago.
Actually,
about him not fighting jobbers, and you were saying, no, they would rather be maybe even on the independent scene than be Ryback fodder. But these guys want to be in the WWE. If that's all I can give them at the moment, let them. At least they got on TV.
It doesn't still solve the payment problem, does it?
No, but it gets them on TV.
Anyway,
you know what I mean?
I've got a news article about this for the news segment.
Awesome to see JTG on TV.
It was. I mean, I rip the piss out of him all the time, but but that's because I prefer Chad. He was more my kind of guy,
Chad.
Which isn't, isn't
whatever.
surprise.
Chad Gaspar.
Which isn't surprise because that's me again.
But anyway, then it was announced that the WWE Universe gets to decide who the guest on the Piper's Pit is going to be. Is it going to be Jericho, Miz, or Dolph Ziggler?
Well, there was only one winner here.
Yeah.
All three.
Yeah. So that was the thing.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Right, but anyway. Up next it was R-Truth.
One man band.
Another awesome match.
You forgot the.
I'm just a one man band.
That's the story.
I'm just
that's not how he announces himself, is it?
It's a one man rock band.
No.
His music is.
You missed the most important word.
I'm the one man band, baby.
Maybe, of course. I don't have a complete.
You do a better impression than me, but you
I know.
He's straight up back on Raw. Yeah. Back on Raw. After
I just dropped my
Is it a 2-week hiatus?
Yeah.
No, 1 week, sorry.
Was it 1 week?
But
well, 2 weeks. Been a gap of 2 weeks since he's been on.
But anyway.
Last week, didn't he?
So,
Yay!
R-Truth picks up the win.
Yay.
Only for... Now, what did AW call them again? What was it? Hashtag.
Oh, the hashtag $1 million, hashtag money making scholars. Those boys are bringing noise that will slay you. D. Young and Titus O'Neil, the prime time players.
Both came out and attacked the living shit out of R-Truth.
Apparent punishment because he has been unhappy with his current.
Well, they attacked him, right?
Yeah.
But little Jimmy's fine, right?
And little Jimmy died.
What?
No, he's joking.
That's not funny.
Little Jimmy was escorted out the ring before the fighting could commence.
Okay.
But apparently that was punishment.
Oh, and apparently
Probably.
DJ Paulie D was Twitter's Raw social ambassador.
Yeah.
Nobody noticed.
Who?
And nobody cared.
Who?
He's from the Jersey Shore. He's one of the few on there that that isn't actually a cock. From the one episode that I've ever watched.
Up next was the most explosive, angered tweeting I've ever seen from Jizmy. It was Sin Cara versus Tensai.
Whoa. You can't do Tensai without doing the music. Because you do that fucking excellently.
It's nice to see Mr. Train, a.k.a. Albert. And then, yeah, you can do the rest.
Basically, Sin Cara beat Tensai.
Piece of shit.
Tensai was so angry, he grabbed hold of Sakamoto by the throat and slid him into the canvas of the powerbomb and a big senton splash. And we were just all going, oh! Sakamoto, I hope they're paying you lots of money for this shit. It's just, oh my god, because when Tensai does it to other people, it's kind of like, fair enough, but Sakamoto's so little. And Sakamoto
on his official Twitter the next day put, No comment. #Raw.
But Sin Cara wins again, but apparently it's not a burial machine. Yeah.
But I didn't say he was a burial machine. I just said of all the examples they could have given me to work with, Sin Cara wasn't the best one.
And I said, well, in a back and forth match, it's not a burial.
Yeah.
How long was that match? About 2 minutes.
Up next was Piper's Pip.
No comment.
Well, what I looked before this Piper's Pip, there's
#fuck yourself.
there was a backstage segment where Roddy Piper's going, "Who's the guest? I don't know. I don't know who the guest is going to be. Never. Are you voting?" And they pan over to Shawn Michaels, who looks so distracted. I was not happy with this, but I will explain why later. But I was not happy with this. I was not happy. Special disbelief. Fuck you.
Someone said it was someone on Wrestling News, a man whose name I believe I'm still not allowed to mention, mentioned on his report for the Raw that that's right, Raw, that they were shot to Caitlyn and then went straight to plugging a Roddy Piper segment, which he thought was very ironic.
Wow.
And he thought was maybe a message to the internet. To which I say, fuck you, Mr. Clark.
If it's on the website, still, we can happily say his name. It's because he deleted the article.
Yeah.
He allegedly deleted an article which may or may not have been up there. Which is why we went.
Which he did, he put on, and that was like, interesting.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday. Wanker. Anyway, it's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Paige.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway,
The Yankee Diva's birthday.
Roddy Piper comes out to talk to Jericho, and he basically does this little thing of like, going, wait a second, so hang on, they changed the answers as soon as I got the questions, what? And then it says out that Jericho wins, and Jericho comes out. They have a bit of a funny little confrontation between the two of them, which is actually quite fun.
Well, any mentions of the past between the two? 25?
Yeah. Because the last time I saw you, you got knocked up by Mickey
Well,
Rourke.
no, my version of I watched it on YouTube again, and the version I had didn't have us at all.
Yeah.
He says
the guy
got knocked out by Mickey Rourke, and he goes, the last time I saw you, I was beating you and two of the
two of the legends
at WrestleMania.
At which point Roddy Piper goes, I don't remember any of that.
I don't remember any of that.
And then,
that's why I was asking.
And then Jericho basically says it's great to be there, and then Dolph Ziggler and Vic Guerrero come out bitching and all that down on the show. Then The Miz comes out. Really? Which, by the way, if you're stealing your gimmick from Sharon Osbourne, you need to rethink things, love. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Love.
I do all the time. I picked it up from Simon Cowell.
No, I was thinking of really.
Do you not remember?
Yeah, he used that first. That's why she said it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with you.
Fair enough.
Right now, Roddy Piper and the other three twats are going, dude, we're in the middle of the promo. Hurry up.
And I was hoping for a tag match.
Well, so was I, actually. I was really hoping for a tag match, but then...
I wasn't.
Basically, things got really heated, and the ring got cleared up by Jericho, as Roddy Piper just sat in the corner kind of went, all right. And Adrian Lee announced on Twitter that Jericho was going to square up with Ziggler and Miz in a triple threat match.
What's ironic here is...
Yeah.
It's Miz versus Mysterio at SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
For the title.
Yes.
Have them two actually interacted?
Yes.
Briefly.
We just said Mysterio beat Miz on SmackDown.
Yeah, but other than that...
On the Raw the week before.
I think they had a match, I think last week.
I don't think he did.
Was all of that?
Yeah,
well, it was last week because me and him got the points for it. Yeah.
Memory lapse.
Yeah. But, yes, so...
But they're not doing much build-up for that at all.
That triple threat match was pretty damn fucking awesome. And a lot of people disagree with me. I thought even Miz did a good job in that match.
He did. I'm going to say it again. Another one of my match of the year picks for Raw.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It was a great match. Dolph Ziggler picked up the win in the end, and just by God, it was brilliant.
It was.
That was main event caliber.
Yeah.
And what would have been? Can you imagine if either the Intercontinental or the Money in the Bank had been on the line? Not in this storyline context, but in a separate context. If something had been on the line, like the title or the Money in the Bank,
both could have been on the line. Whoever if Jericho pinned or someone could come out with both or something like that.
Yeah. Basically, if anyone pinned Jericho, he was gone. Like, retire.
Yeah.
If anyone pinned Ziggler, they got the money in the bank, and if you pin Miz, you got the title.
Yeah.
There's a match down the line.
Yeah, there's hashtag good booking people.
So a lot of momentum for Dolph Ziggler going into SummerSlam, but we'll see.
But I think Jericho might pick it up.
Yeah, might do, but I think the best thing would be to do the job to Ziggler. Tell him that. I mean, Jericho can come back strong after this. Anyway.
There's a very big possibility of stealing the show.
Well, up next, dear sweet Jesus Christ, the Divas champions on the show.
Whoa.
It is Layla and Caitlin versus Eve and Beth Phoenix.
See, that's a bigger shock.
Now,
But Beth Phoenix is on the show.
what was really disgusting to me, I even posted on Twitter, it is a sad state of affairs when Beth Phoenix is coming out to Eve's music. Oh, no. No. No.
Beth is reportedly the diva that's the most pissed off of her place.
Gee, I wonder why.
Kelly hasn't got commitment, won't be there for long.
Fuck Kelly.
Eve is happy that she, with her place, but she's allowed to do other things as well.
Yeah.
Layla is over the moon to be back. Caitlin's living a dream.
Yeah.
AJ took the little bit of, they gave her a grain of salt and she's fucking gone with it.
But
Beth and Natty, Natty's doing other things with WWE in a minute. She's interviewing people and stuff like that on the WWE.com, but Beth has been given minimal stuff.
But
Beth,
Caitlin,
Natalia, TNA. Plenty of spots over there right now.
But they are clear.
Go.
to be honest with you, the Knockouts division could do with it.
Go.
Considering
Go.
But the thing is, right?
Yeah.
You're saying Beth, Natty, go over to TNA.
Yeah.
There's a reason that the TNA knockouts are leaving.
Yes, that's a good point. But anyway,
But Beth could wrestle a man.
Caitlin, anyway,
X Division champion.
but Caitlin picked up the win by rolling up the Glamazon. I think so. Caitlin picked up the win for that match, which gave a few points.
It did.
And me.
Yeah. Basically, everyone scored with the Divas this week, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but hang on. When I say scored with the Divas, I don't mean in the way you'd prefer. And then points wise.
Unlucky.
So that was just a dream last night.
Yeah.
No,
Again?
it was real.
Fucking again.
Up next was the no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It was CM Punk and
We advertised.
Yeah, it was.
Main event.
It was CM Punk and John Cena versus Big Show and Daniel Bryan. This had that's two interesting kind of moments for me. The first one was there was an argument constantly between Big Show and Bryan. Big Show would get tagged. Daniel Bryan would tag Show to get into the match. At which point he'd then go, and Big Show would be like, "What are you doing?" He'd like, "Get out the ring! Get out the ring!" And Big Show's like, "Whatever." Shrugs his shoulders, get out of the ring, and then he would tag Big Show back and all of that. And every time he'd just be like, "Get out the ring!" And Big Show's like, "Fuck yeah!" Till at one point, Big Show jumps off the apron, walks around to the little corner area where the seats are, and has a nice, relaxing lean against it just to watch what happens in the ring.
Now, before you go to your next point, which I think I probably know what it is, I have to ask a few things. My audio was terrible on the show towards the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd pops.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get all the entrances?
I'm not sure. I think we did.
Just
Yeah, we got CM Punk's, got
So-
John Cena's.
when Brian comes out,
Right.
what's it like? Is it a bit mixed? Is there still plenty of yeses and plenty of
There's
no's?
still plenty of yeses.
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty loud still.
Show. What's his like? Is he getting booed as heavily as he was beginning, towards earlier on?
As far
Or?
as I'm aware, he's the only one who's getting the reaction that WWE want him to have.
So in that case, Cena. What was Cena's like this?
Mixed.
Mixed.
Another mixed crowd this week?
Oh, mixed.
Really mixed, or was it one of those ones where there was it was larger one way or the other?
Put it this way, I can't remember.
Just.
So
just
I
say
think
mixed.
I think
Pretty
business as
50-50.
usual.
And what about the big heel turn? How's that going?
Heel turn?
Punk. How's that supposed heel turn go?
No, really. Well, he's no.
No booze at all.
No.
Plenty of booze in our house.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
on the TV, dude, not in your house.
I'm just saying.
Your house consists of two people.
Yeah, one's a fuckwit fan and one's you.
All right, you bet. She's a fan. Like I say, you could be in trouble, dude. But anyway,
I'll probably have to say
but
that.
the other spot which I loved in this match was at one point CM Punk hits goes to hit the 5 moves of doom on Daniel Bryan. He hits the shoulder barge,
Yeah, I've seen
shoulder
that.
barge, what's it called, spin out power bomb, and then he goes to do the "You Can't See Me," but gets tagged by Cena. Cena comes in and then botches the turnbuckle knee attack, and then does a bulldog. At least I think it's a bulldog. It looks a little bit similar to a bulldog. And then, at which point, CM Punk just goes, "By all means, go ahead." Walks out the ring, takes it out with him, and just watches from the outside, just like Big Show's doing. And then
So
Cena...
this quickly turned into a one-on-one match.
Yeah, well, Cena hit a very quick attitude adjustment. Picked up the win for Team Punk and John Cena. At which point, Cena was like, "Yeah,
My point.
yeah." So, yeah. So,
Really? Do you thought it was a shit match?
Yeah.
but here's the thing. Hang on.
No, just
Looking objectively.
Yeah.
just boring. In general.
For everyone.
If it had been,
Yourself?
if it had been anybody,
I actually
even
thought
the Big Show wasn't saving it.
it
for me.
wasn't 5-star, but it was enough entertaining elements in it for me to watch it.
I'm
And
pleased it
you
wasn't
know
a
what
main
I mean?
event.
Daniel Bryan's growing on me as a personality, but it was actually quite fun to watch about. The only thing which kind
Like a
of
fungus.
it was Cena that was getting me, because
Especially the finish. Although I don't like Bryan.
if he had hit the fucking move properly,
One of those ones where it's, by the time he's up, he's already going over.
or if he had hit the GTS,
So it's a
although
fine with carry.
maybe it's a good idea that he didn't hit the GTS.
It was just over in
considering.
seconds. It's like, well, I'm on seconds.
So rather than holding him in the AA, he just went straight into
So it's
the...
like,
Brian went for him and it was just
look,
like really...
lift him up and whoa.
So we've seen that plenty of times in the past. It's one of those fine and carry ones.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Shit.
But anyway, Cena gets back in the ring and offers to shake Cena's hand. Cena refuses, so CM Punk leaves, pissed off. Which is kind of like, okay. And then in the backstage segment, like almost a week afterwards, I think it's Josh Matthews, the match right, asked him, so probably Josh Matthews asked him, so what do you have to say about that? And Punk says where he comes from, it's the ultimate side of disrespect. Don't ask him what he said. Move on. Trust me. No.
Wasn't good.
Ask me what I said.
No. Moving on. I don't
What
know.
did I say?
I know what you said, and I ain't saying jack shit.
About CM Punk?
Yeah. I know what you said then, dude. This is like a really bad horror movie. I know what you said last war.
That generally
Okay, you've got me
His-
intrigued
right.
now.
As
You've got
soon
me intrigued.
as soon as he said, where I come from is the other side, disrespect, his immediate tweet was, what, CM Punk? ROH?
Oh, yes!
I just knew.
Handshake, man! Of course I said that.
Anyway, up next was the...
And it's my turn. The main
What's
event
that?
from Raw
I got a headache now.
was Christian versus the Easter Bunny from Vengeance 2003.
Oh.
It was finally a main eventer.
You have no idea how Adam had to calm me down. You know what our show's
Yeah,
mascot?
I've seen.
I was tearing shit up. I mean, I was like, even I considered stop following you on Twitter for just a night.
Why?
By that point, Raw was pretty much over. So I was like,
Why? Because I said the Easter Bunny.
yeah, because I said to him, all right, because he's paid his dues, right?
Yeah?
At which point he was the Easter Bunny.
It was Aaron
And-
Stevens.
and
It
in
was
my-
Idol Stevens.
And in my head, I'm like, bull. That does not constitute paying your dues in my book. But
Of course it does.
anyway,
You start. If you
heard
can
what
start.
you said there, it's in his book.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You start.
which I haven't written yet, but I'll probably start plugging, even though I haven't.
If you
Fine,
start
fine,
so
fine.
low on the card where you are the Easter Bunny, the
Yeah.
Ballroom Brawl,
But
and now you're here since 03.
Yeah. But the idea is that all of a sudden you got this character. Midland. It's like, what?
At least I had an answer for you.
Bullshit answer
Yeah.
in my book.
Yeah.
But,
It's nice to see the Easter Bunny work as well when I done.
but anyway,
No answer, folks.
Damien Sandow, I wouldn't have
I like Damien
I wouldn't
Sandow.
have put him in the main event. I wouldn't have him going over
I don't
Christian.
understand how this match is the main event.
You know my opinion on previous gimmicks.
But anyway, Damien
Well,
Sandow.
I can't wait to see him at the live event, so I just go, Easter Bunny!
Yeah, this was a heel. This is definitely one of those dominant heel moments because Damien Sandow looked, he was getting the win, and all of a sudden, Rose Clay music hits, and Rose Clay comes limping out to try and distract Damien. Christian goes for the cheap roll up, doesn't work. Damien Sandow hits the finisher and then pins him for the win, and then does a cartwheel as he is wanted to, which I love that cartwheel. It's just like, it's not even a good cartwheel. But
Better one I can do.
yeah, fair play. But it's the fact that even with the distraction, he still won, so it just adds to that smugness of, oh, were you trying to distract me?
You're welcome.
And it was so nice for Raw not to end with a match.
Yeah.
This next segment.
So, up next. Now, this is
wrestling.
This was the thing which got me, right? I said before, I didn't like the whole Shawn Michaels thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was the right choice to make, but as a fan of Shawn Michaels, it hurts. Because obviously the idea is the suspension of disbelief only goes so far. John Cena abuses that privilege profusely. But Shawn Michaels has always been one of those guys that stands up and doesn't back down. He doesn't get scared of anything. Except for this entire show, he was petrified of Brock Lesnar, which makes all the sense in the world. Yet when you've had years and years and years of a superstar being like, I fear no man! And all of a sudden like, oh. And I get it, and I agree with it. It was the right thing to do. And if I was writing, I'd write it that way. But there is a part of me that's kind of like, oh. And I think that obviously that's supposed to be that way. So it's done its job. So I'm not going to disagree with it. I agree with it, but it hurts. It's like admitting he's right. You know what I mean about something? Yeah, I'll do it, but it hurts.
You'd think HBK would learn about partner locks and SummerSlam.
Ooh. Anyway. So basically, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman are in the ring doing a bit of a promo, and Paul Heyman goes, because Shawn Michaels doesn't want to come out, and I don't blame him. There is no shame in fearing Brock Lesnar. And then he makes a comment which you picked up on. I don't think it is what you said it was, but I'll let you address it. Basically says, everybody knows that there is a long yellow streak that runs down the spine of Texas. At which point, Shawn Michaels comes out, and you posted on Twitter,
Is that a dig at Austin?
If you remember.
He walked out.
He walked because he refused to jump
with Lesnar. Big yellow streak in Texas, And
I think it's just in Texas calling people cowards.
Yeah, but it was also,
But you got to remember, he's really good friends with Austin.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he'd be disrespectful to do it. But as a character.
Slight digs. Why not?
What I like about Heyman, though, is he's keeping his Twitter and his character separate.
Talking about Austin.
Yeah.
Just briefly.
All right.
A guy works at WWE Games.
Yeah.
Posted a picture and a link saying having a pre-SummerSlam interview with @Steve Austin BSR.
Yeah.
After how it went, it may be the last one ever.
Ooh.
I don't think Austin was overly impressed with some of the questions and something like that.
Basically, Shawn Michaels looks like he's going to cut a promo against him, but then Triple H comes out, signs the contract, Brock Lesnar signs it, throws it in Triple H's face, and then they walk off without incident. Fair enough. Then, as we go in the back, Matt Striker's interviewing, I believe it's the Big Show, asking him what they think about the tag match. Big Show goes, tag team match meant nothing, I'm still going to go SummerSlam and win the title. And we hear some kind of collision and argument. Matt Striker goes, oh, hang on. Runs to the parking lot where we see Shawn Michaels' car colliding with Paul Heyman's, or at least it's being blocked by Heyman. Heyman's going, I'm sorry, Shawn, I didn't mean it, I'm sorry. Shawn's like, you know what you're doing. Hanging out of his fucking car window. Which when Brock Lesnar goes, told you I'd find you! Grabs him in a lock, pulls him out the car, knocks the camera, cuts the feed, and all we have is audio on a black screen.
I love when people put, what was if Brock botched? I was like,
no.
The way that camera went, oh man, come on, people.
So basically,
Jesus
a little line later, we're back at the parking lot where we have, and this was fun points-wise, where you basically had the Usos, you had Curtis, you had Caitlyn, you had AJ, the general manager, and some other folks there, and Triple H. And Triple H goes, where is he? I don't know. And this is the first time you see the CEO of Triple H talking to AJ Lee as the general manager. It's kind of like, I like the subtlety of it. I thought it was just, there wasn't like a big thing.
At the time, it was Triple H.
Yeah. And then he says, I don't know. And Triple H goes looking for him. Meanwhile, we're back in the ring where Brock Lesnar's bringing HBK to the ring. And then we've got,
So no one in the gorilla position found him?
No.
Or he don't come down the ramp?
If anyone fucking found him in the gorilla, if I was in the gorilla, I'd say nothing. I'm like,
so did he come down the
side? Come on the side.
Oh, so there you go.
Then he goes aside. in the ring.
I thought he kidnapped him at first.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's kidnapped him till SummerSlam.
Yeah, so basically,
That would have been good.
So they're in the ring, and
Triple H has to
he hits the
rescue him.
F5 on Shawn Michaels, which made me
Did something seriously wrong happen to you in your childhood?
No, I just like stories like that because it's soap opera.
But
Like I say, I'm still living where Undertaker kidnapped
Yeah.
Stephanie, so why can't Brock kidnap Shawn?
But basically, Brock Lesnar hit the F5 on Shawn, which made me cringe. It was done right, but
Good
I
F5.
was like, oh my god, no, don't.
So
It's Shawn Michaels.
Essentially, Shawn sold it like Shawn always sells
Well,
things.
yeah, of course. But then he gets him into the submission lock,
The Kimura.
the Kimura lock, and then Triple H comes down and Heyman's like, no, don't come any closer, he'll break his arm. And they try to argue, like, let him go, and then he breaks his arm,
Whoops.
allegedly. What I love about this, as it brings it up, Triple H runs in, goes to see Shawn, Shawn's almost crying in the ring, and then Brock's at smile, and Heyman's going very audibly, oh my god, you broke his arm! Like, not happy. He's like, you broke his arm!
Are you a fucking idiot?
Because I was tweeting, well, Shawn could sue Brock if he does anything. But then obviously that's the thing, because Heyman knows as a character, Shawn could sue. We're fucked. He could sue big time. That could really destroy our lawsuit to those. But Heyman
You just sue him anyway, whether he broke his arm or not.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? Like, the price tags just get
Yeah.
more and more. And he's like, oh my god, he broke his arm. And Heyman looks legitimately like,
I think it's
oh,
also
no.
Heyman's very smart at subtly bring things over.
Mm.
So not only is that something you picked up on, I picked on myself when he was going, because I did get to see this very good and very clearly. It's just, it was the last section, that's all I got to say. Like the entrance when I didn't see. But when I seen him in the ring, I seen the arm.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh well, that looks better than what you did at Triple H.
Yeah.
And when Heyman was going, oh my god, you broke his arm.
Yeah.
I got the cross of, you've just motivated him even fucking more.
Yeah.
And then it was like, there's lots of them.
Assassin.
It's like, you've just motivated a man who calls himself the Cerebral Assassin, the man who calls himself the King of Kings.
Yeah.
We've gone after his family, and you want to go after his best friend now?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, what have you done?
So, that
It
was
was
what I
a really
picked up on.
good Raw.
Yeah, it was.
The odd two Nick picks.
So that was pretty much Smackdown from last week and this week's episode of Raw.
Mm-hmm.
So with,
I would like to address NXT
of course you would.
because the Gold
This
Rush
week's or
tournament,
what?
both weeks.
Okay.
Michael McGillicuddy goes over on Richie Steamboat, advances to the semi-final, along with Jinder Mahal. No, sorry. Hang on, McGillicuddy
So
semi-final.
Jinder Mahal
Right.
made it.
Jinder, yeah.
He made it
He defeated Bo Dallas, sorry.
What else? Yeah.
And this week it was Seth Rollins versus Michael McGillicuddy. Fuck Seth Rollins, you piece of shit. He won. Yeah.
So it's now Jinder Mahal.
And Jinder Mahal beat
Richie.
No.
The thing is on this.
McIntyre.
Yeah.
No.
No, it wasn't McIntyre. God, I wish.
No, hang
It
on.
didn't
I wish McIntyre had won.
No, sorry, Jinder beat Richie this week. He beat Bo the week before, that's right. So now the final is Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
But bigger than that, on
Yeah.
this week's NXT,
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Spoilers!
yeah, for Australian fans,
Oh
apparently.
yeah. Apologies.
Our apologies, God.
We got. In fact, I'm not sure about the timing, so I'm behind the times on this one. Yes.
Heath Slater comes out and says, I've been facing all those legends on Raw, and then he did a challenge to the back, and he was like, anyone. At this point, the crowd's chanting, Triple H, Triple H. At this point, I'm like, yeah, Triple H is going to be on Raw.
Yeah.
And then all you hear is, turn it up!
Banging it.
Banging it, banging it, banging it.
That was interesting.
Turn it up. Scotty Tuati! Yes! On NXT!
And he
Oh
looked
my
great.
god!
He looked
That guy
absolutely
can
great.
still go.
Yeah, and it was
Wow.
really, I thought the worm took quite a while to do. Like, he seemed a bit slow, but I think he was like going, "Do it,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on, I ain't going
I
until
know,
you say it."
yes.
Yeah.
And even the commentary, Byron's going along with it on commentary.
Yeah.
Like,
And William Regal's commentary explaining Scott to how he looked great.
saying he's fought him before.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
it was great.
And
So-
Scotty picked up the victory. Yay.
And before I ask, no, you can't trade for Scotty Too High.
No.
If he appears on the roster, then yes.
He should be NXT champion. And
Oh.
that is my final thoughts on NXT.
In which case, with all that out the way, it's time to move on to our next segment. Dan, tell them what it is.
Wrestling news. I don't know.
Wow.
Just happens.
Anyway, our first news of the week. This is great. Now, if you're a fan of nostalgia, if you're like 90s kids, and let's face it, we are 90s kids and all jazz. WA are working. They're making Scooby-Doo. I can't put it any other way.
Scooby-Doo goes to WrestleMania.
What?
Yeah.
You've not heard this?
No?
Scooby-Doo goes to WrestleMania and will interact with about 7 or 8 superstars, including Triple H.
Is that what?
John Cena!
The Big Red Monster Kane.
The Miz.
Boris Clay, do you dig?
Santimorella.
Sin Cara.
AJ Lee.
And Vince McMahon.
Yes. What is ultimate? Basically, here's the storyline, right? They win tickets to go watch WrestleMania, but there is the ghost of a bear that's disrupting things. So the Scooby-Doo gang must work out what is going on to save WrestleMania. Oh, come on, it's always a creature. It's never just a ghost. It's a ghost. It's a ghost octopus. What?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to? Why would an octopus die? Then we come back as a ghost to terrorize people at a fun fair because it was the evil octopus.
And essentially, it's going to be coming around. It's going to be released around WrestleMania time on Blu-ray, DVD, video on demand, and digital downloads such as iTunes and the like.
Wow!
Exactly. Yeah. Great news. Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
That's going to be the first Scooby-Doo thing I downloaded it, and I'll be watching it a long time.
I don't know long time.
Long time.
That will be different.
I watched Scooby-Doo long time. You love me long time.
Alright, our next news. The Insane Clown Posse released a song called Chris Benoit in the video.
Yes.
Now, they say that it's not to disrespect Chris Benoit in any way, it's more to...
No ICP. Nothing you ever do disrespect someone.
I actually sat down last night and watched it, and I was just like, I don't find it necessarily disrespectful. It's just shit.
You cunt.
Hashtag I killed Dad. Hashtag I killed Dad.
Hashtag beef.
Sorry, dude.
It's alright.
Choke.
But,
Yeah, I choked.
If anyone wants to replace @Geek King,
I
contact
choked
us
like my
on
night
Twitter.
dude, everyone
I
knows.
choked so badly you should call me Man United.
I don't watch football, so I don't get it.
Replacement, send us your Twitter feeds and your credentials why you should be on hashtag #TallMugout.
And if you live in the local area.
Yes, apply via tout. Let's have a look at you.
Let's have a look at apply by tout.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a job, but apply.
And finally,
Why?
Triple
I'm
H.
still here.
Triple H has basically said that he is not really high in the Divas division, and basically he has made a decree that we are no longer going to be hiring divas from model agencies and shit like that, right?
This is how it should be.
The thing is, it's going to take a while because he's still not quite fully empowered to do so. But he's really had a tag team division, and he wants to build a tag team division. He wants it to be.
Well, if you look at his career, look at he started out in a tag team with William Regal.
Yeah,
it's one of the things he loves.
Yeah.
I would quickly like to bring up a piece of news.
Yeah.
In a month or so, maybe less, it is Chikara Pro's King of Trios tournament. And essentially it's a 6-man tag tournament with other matches thrown out during the weekend. It's a 3-day tournament.
Yep.
And what's always fun about this is the action's high flying. It's lucha rules. So as soon as a tag team is so you don't have to necessarily tag in or out. But so as soon as an individual leaves the ring, another one can legally go in and attack.
Yeah.
I'd sort of run down the teams real quick. If you're familiar with Chikara, you may know some of these wrestlers.
Yep.
If you're familiar with some independent wrestling, you'll know some of them as well. Or if you're an old school fan, you'll know some of them. So we've got Fist, which is FIST, stands for something. They've never actually said what it stands for. It's a Chikara team. Chuck Taylor, Johnny Gargano, and Icarus. The Batari, who was brought into Chikara via Kazani. He brought them in. That is O'Brien, Cobord, and Commodore. The Spectral Envoy of Harrow, Wicked, Frightmare, Ultramantis Black. Big Chikara specials there. You're going to have lots of really cool moves in that one. The Throwbacks, which really should be your one, since they're the old school guys. Not old school wrestlers that you'll know, but the old school guys. Of Mr. Touchdown, Dasher Hetfield, the baseballer, and Matt Classic. So if you see Matt Classic, tell him Cole Cabana says hi.
Scotty Coleman, folks. For those who
Team
don't know
J.
what Manor is.
Team JWP. Commando Beloshi, Tabushi Kariaki, and Karoyo Yominari. Team Ring of Honor. Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, and Mike Bennett. In other words, that's the Gen Me or the Young Bucks and the prodigy Mike Bennett, who I would imagine would be taking the First Lady of Ring of Honor with him, Maria. The team of the Swarm, Coband Ant, DV Ant, and Soldier Ant. The team of the Colony of Fire Ant, Green Ant, Assail Ant, Quick Jig and Toyota, which is Mike Quackenbush, Jigsaw, and Monami Toyota. Team of Saka Pro, Ebisan, Kikuoto, and Takayama Ikeda. Team Sendy Girls, all female team from Japan, which is Dash Chizoka, Miko Saratomura, and Sendy Sachiko. 3.0 and Akuma, Scott Parker, Shane Matthews, and Gran Akuma, another all Chikara team. The Submission Squad, which is an interesting one because there's 4 members of these. Elegant Assassin Pierre Abanifi, the Pistol Danger Evan Jedesco, the Barn Owl Gary J, and Davey Vega. That is some of the teams, but the 3 teams that I'm looking forward to seeing on this show are as follows. The Extreme Trio of Tommy Dreamer, Jerry Lynn, and Two Code Scorpio. Would you like to tell them who else they were known as?
That was Flashpunk.
And Mr. JL. Thought you might want to throw that one for WCW.
What, Jerry Lynn?
Yeah.
Nah, people know Jerry Lynn. Light heavyweight champion. If you don't know who Jerry Lynn is, your own fault.
The Faces of Pain. Meng, the Warlord, and the Barbarian.
I'm right.
And Team WWF, which is very interesting because the last time Team WWF were there was about 2009, I believe, and had Axe and Smash of Demolition teaming with the one-man guy. Well, this time it's Tanaka, the 1, 2,
Tanaka
3 kid.
Tatanka.
Tanaka, that's how I say it, right?
No, because Tanaka is the ECW guy.
You know, he fucking corrects me with everything.
So
I pronounce the name and he fucking...
Do you mean the Indian Tatanka or do you mean Tanaka from ECW? That's the
why
question.
is an ECW guy with Team WWF?
Because he's been there.
Tanaka was on WWF.
Yeah, one night stand.
Does not count as an ECW label pay-per-view.
But it's still in the WWE banner, like you say.
So basically, it's the Indian, right?
So
Yes,
Tatanka.
right.
Tatanka, thank you.
And the Portuguese man of war, Aldo Montoya.
Just incredible.
And basically, there's going to be lots of action. I will be reporting on it when it happens. And I was quite excited about it.
Yeah,
But I want to throw it out there.
Up next, Ted, keep on rolling. Going to keep on rolling with the show. It's time for one of your favourite segments, and of course mine. Rich!
You can watch the SummerSlam special. So the first match I came up with was Davey Boy Smith versus Bret the Hitman Hart, live from Wembley. And now, sometimes I get my years mixed up. You have to forgive me. I believe it's 92. Am I correct?
Yes.
I am correct. Thank you very much, Jason. That night, it's one of those classic matches that just doesn't get boring with time.
No.
If anything, it ages really well.
Absolutely.
The story is beautiful. The in-ring action is, just even better. And it's possibly Davey Boy is like best. It's just one of those things. Davey Boy didn't have he didn't have a lot of luck when it came to singles runs. He held his titles and whatnot, but it was his majority of his career's best stuff was with Owen, in my opinion. Bret obviously has numerous classic matches.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the first match.
Yep.
Go watch that, and it's probably a match you've seen. If you have, I'd recommend you go watch it again because you'll find a new thing about it that you love. Next match, 1996, The Undertaker versus Mankind in a Boiler Room match. This is a match that gets overlooked a great deal when people talk about the Mankind Undertaker feud. mainly because of that other match that happened. You know, that one where Mankind flew. Hell in a Cell or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
You know, but a lot of people overlook this, and there's some great moments. There's some very physical violence. It was the first of its kind. Nobody had ever seen a match like this beforehand, and that doesn't always make a good match. But this kind of, I think you had the right people that did, and more importantly, it was one of the most significant swerves and heel turns I'd ever seen as a kid. So it stuck with me for ages. When Paul Bearer turned on the dead man at the end. It's one of those ones I just was like, what? No, you can't do that. Because wherever Taker was, Bearer was. That's all I ever knew. That was the one constant in wrestling.
Yeah.
If Taker was a bad guy, Paul Bearer was a bad guy.
Yeah.
If Taker was a good guy, Paul Bearer was a good guy. So that was just the way that was something for me. And it's one of those matches that gets lost, and it's horrible, but it's a great match.
Yeah.
And now, we go into 2002. A match that I assume everybody in this room has watched. I may be wrong. A match that was really better than I thought it would be. Considering one of the main guys involved in that 4 years out of the ring is HBK, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H in an unsanctioned street fight.
Yes.
And you know what? If you had told me that Shawn had never had a wrestling match for 4 years, nearly 5, I believe, at this point, wasn't that what you kept saying? So that's 4.5 years.
4.5.
I wouldn't have believed you if you showed me that and go, oh yeah, that guy there hasn't wrestled for 4.5 years. Nah, bollocks.
Yeah.
Shawn hadn't missed a step. You know, there wasn't a move out of place. There was not a botch. There was story. There was intrigue. The build-up was incredible. And more importantly, you had JR telling you, don't do this, Shawn. It's not worth it, Shawn. Don't do this. And when Shawn gets on that top rope to dive out the ring on the Triple H, through a table, and looks at you and then puts his finger to his head and makes the crazy sign and then shrugs his shoulders, you're sitting going, with JR, no, Shawn, it's not worth. Oh, shit, he did it.
Yeah, even JR says, where'd you learn to fall through tables?
Yeah. And the King was perfect during it as well, because it was one of the few times King wasn't irritable.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know.
Oh, how I miss those days.
He's sitting there going, it's JR, he's sitting going, I don't know JR, it's Shawn Michaels, but is it HBK?
Yeah.
And he did that up into WrestleMania, which was a really cool thing where even up until that WrestleMania match 19 against Jericho, King wasn't convinced. Even though he won the World Championship, he thought, nostalgia brought him through, and then he lost it at the 3 Stages of Hell and Armageddon. The King was not convinced that HBK was back.
Yeah.
And then HBK proved, and he goes, well, now you know.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute, I got more.
Well, no, you usually do.
Yeah, I got one more. Well, I've got 2 more, I'm strictly honest. Two matches that you really should have, I would have thought you've probably seen. I know at least 2/3 of this room has.
Okay. Guess who the third is?
And Jasmine, you can probably back me up on at least one of these that I know you love. Would be 1999, the main event.
Yeah,
the triple threat match between, if I'm hoping I get this right.
I hope you get it right.
Yeah, Foley, Austin, and Rock. Or is it the game?
Triple H.
The game. I always get that mistaken, and I don't know why. I think it's because back to back there was triple threats. But 99 was interesting because it brought the conspiracy theory back. I mean, Jesse Ventura was back. The Union was back in town. No, not the Mick Foley led stable. Although that was an awesome stable. Only lasted like a week or so, but it was.
Almost anything Mick Foley does is awesome.
But it was really fun. The match itself was a great match. It's one of those matches that you can sit and watch and get really, really into. Interesting because each three of them bring a different style. Foley's that I'll put my life on the line. Austin's a brawler. The game can mold himself to anything, but at the time was still a technical wrestler by all accounts. And really fallen into that brawling spirit.
Yeah.
And then, you want to talk technical wrestling? Actually, you want to talk wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are a wrestling podcast, so I thought I should probably put a wrestling match on this.
So what is it?
Gonna say Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect.
Ooh.
For the Intercontinental Championship. Ooh. And I'm gonna hope to God I'm right with the year here. 93 or 91? 91. See, we'll get there. Together, we'll get there. So yeah, Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect in what I would say would rank in my top 3 matches of SummerSlam. You know, I've given you 5 matches there. Plenty to choose from over the weekend, say, if you're doing a SummerSlam weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you're going to watch
everyone should be having a SummerSlam weekend.
Yes. If you're watching a few of them over the weekend. You know,
a few old ones over
as
the weekend.
As a build-up. There's some matches to think of during, you know, you're voting, if you're voting in a group of what one match to watch during the pay-per-view.
Put them all in a hat.
Put them in a hat. I would recommend them 5 any day of the week.
But before we finish, you got to watch. We've had a request.
Yes, which I'm going to mention next week. But I will tell you now that the theme next week is light heavyweight / cruiserweight championship.
Oh no!
You got a request?
Another request. Okay. Some people really like this segment.
Okay.
And there's also a bit of my segment, so it's not a personal dig at you.
No, it's fine.
I will address that later. That the
same digs at me.
Only I'm allowed to.
Thank you.
And trust me, I do it every week.
Every day, I see him.
It's hard not to. Anyway, people are saying that when you do a pay-per-view theme or pay-per-view matches, that it's not as much as you got to watch because the DVDs and such are out there. People were requesting more Raw, Smackdown, weekly shows that you would have to go out and find. Yeah.
So the request would be to do more Raws, Smackdowns, the likes of that.
Yeah, more obscure matches like what
I try to do that, but I'm trying to keep it so that it's maybe it's easier access for some people as well. So what I'll do in the future, like for instance, next week's is a great one, is a light heavyweight versus and a cruiserweight one, which means there's plenty of SmackDown matches on there and plenty of Raw pay-per-view matches in the earlier days. I'll be probably mixing it up from now on with Raws and pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Just with the SummerSlam themes, it's with the pay-per-view
themes,
it's
much easier. They just set them out on a weekly basis.
Like I say, next week's is light heavyweight, cruiserweight, so there's plenty of options there. And I have not a request so much as a suggestion of a match from the fans. I always ask for that. I will give you heads up. Actually, in 3 weeks, I will be doing a request special where I would like you to send in your superstars, how long you've been watching, whatever, what would you like to see more of, what sort of thing, and I will give you suggestions. And you can do that through Tumblr, through Twitter, whatever you need. So, just a heads up.
And that was you got to watch. Yeah. So, in which case, it's time to move on to the man with the stats. It is Jizmy Stats.
Hello.
Theme's still awesome.
It is. Hello, I'm back.
Yes, he's back.
As I've just said about Dan, about a request, I've also had a one.
Okay.
Apparently, either 1 week my stats are too easy and not obscure enough with title histories and such, and then some are far too obscure.
There's no pleasing some people.
Drop in a nice minute.
I'll be honest, sometimes I think of them on the spot because I've been lazy in the week and it's just what I know, so that's why I just go the easy title history route.
Well, you could have got some time off your primary job, so it's kind of like you're trying to chillax as much as you can.
Sometimes when I do that, I also made a mistake as I adjusted the code for Kingston. But this week, I'm back on top form because it is a title.
Which title is that?
That would be the hardcore title. In a couple of weeks.
Oh God, we could be here for days.
Yeah, it could be. Well, it's nearly the 10th anniversary.
Well, you're not, because you've got to go watch the Geordie Show.
Damn right. Hashtag Geordie Show.
We're not. Oh, the irony.
It's nearly 10 years since this title has been defunct, which is a damn shame because they should have brought it back years ago. They should not have even got rid of it, sorry. So, this week, no damn. My stats on the hardcore title.
Stat 1.
First ever champ was Mick Foley as Mankind.
Stat 2.
The last ever champ was Rob Van Dam.
Next stat.
Most reigns as champ, Raven with 27. Not 26 like Wikipedia tries to tell you. 27. Check the encyclopedia, cross-references, and even don't count the mistake at No Way Out 01 where they do Billy Gunn, Raven, Big Show title history twice. No!
Next stat.
There's been 52 champions altogether.
Next stat.
And 238 reigns.
Next stat.
4 women have held the title, which were Trish, Terry, Molly Holly, and Godfather's Ho, aka Bobcat.
Next stat.
Unfortunately, 5 hardcore champions have passed away. That would be the Big Boss Man, Test, Crash Holly, British Bulldog, and Mike Awesome. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Next stat.
The oldest champion ever was Pat Patterson.
Oh.
Next stat.
And the youngest, why not, was Christopher Nowinski.
Didn't know that.
There you go.
Next stat.
Longest reign as hardcore champion was Big Boss Man with 97 days.
All right.
Before the 24/7 run.
All right.
Next stat.
25 of the 52 hardcore champions have 1 point worked for TNA. Well, get it mentioned on this show one way or another.
You gonna name them?
No.
All right.
Next stat.
And to go in with the SummerSlam theme, I thought I'd mention the SummerSlam hardcore title matches. So, the first ever one in SummerSlam 1999 was the Big Boss Man versus Al Snow. The second one in 2000 was Steve Blackman versus Shane McMahon, which I suggest anybody check out.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna put it on by one David.
And the next one, the last one, it's SummerSlam 2001 was RVD versus Jeff Hardy in a ladder match.
Journey Alliance. Any more?
And that was just my stats. Now I hope that satisfied everyone. There's some
that
obscure
worked for
one.
me because there was a couple I didn't know there, and but I knew most of them. So yeah, it was kind of cool.
You know, so
What you need to do is just load of Easter eggs every now and again.
yeah,
Just little ones like, I bet you didn't know
we didn't know
that.
In which case, let's move on to the next segment, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants to introduce this one?
Well, we do it together, don't we?
All right. So, you guys, what's the next segment?
Hashtag.
Top 10!
Yes. Who doesn't love the sound of a video game theme from the 90s? Anyway,
Exactly.
so basically, this week's top 10 challenge was asking you guys, obviously with SummerSlam around the corner, I decided to completely ignore it and go for the top 10 greatest WrestleMania main events of the 21st century. Why? Yeah, because I haven't seen all of SummerSlam's main events and quite frankly couldn't be asked to research them.
Ooh.
But I went for the
You
greatest...
could have just tweeted me.
I know I could have, but that when
Yeah,
I'm rather
could've
than
just-
talking to you.
When I was
I
round
only
back,
have to do that once a week, dude.
when I was round back, I told you.
I love you really, just man.
Oh, I could have had like all them new tweets.
It could have been, we could have done a special cross episode of Just Me Stats and You've Got to Watch. It's like, well, Stephen, you've got to watch this episode. Yes, for what was it this episode?
Plan.
Oh shit, I'm doomed.
With
Anyway.
the crossover just
Yeah.
Anyway,
2 weeks' time.
I just like part you just used the first crossover gist.
After the wedding stats.
Anyway, so basically, I gave you guys the list of all the WrestleMania main events. That is the last match to be on the card. You know, between WrestleMania 2000 all the way up to WrestleMania 28, right? So I like the fact that you're getting an over-approval. Well done, Stephen. Well done.
I was there.
Yes, you were there.
I was there. In case people didn't know that.
Right.
Number 10!
And number 10, it's just number 10 on its own. It's WrestleMania 27, Miz versus John Cena. Obviously, The Rock later comes out later on, restarts the match. Scored only 2 points in the overall voting. Now, that doesn't mean he got 2 votes. That means it scored 2 points out of the maximum it could have possibly get.
Well done for getting that high.
I've decided to include points this week to show you how close and how far apart some of the votes were.
Number
9,
9!
WrestleMania 22, John Cena versus Triple H, scored 9 points.
I voted for that.
Number 8 was WrestleMania 21, Batista versus Triple H with 11 points. Number 7, the first tie of the top 10, WrestleMania 19, Brock versus Angle ties with WrestleMania 25, Triple H versus RKO, Randy Orton, 12 points. So 1 point separated from the 8th position.
Number
6, WrestleMania 23, John Cena versus HBK Shawn Michaels, 19 points.
Number 5!
Kicking off the top 5 this week, WrestleMania 18, it's Triple H versus Y2J Chris Jericho, 21 points.
Number 4!
Second tie of this, and the number 4th spot goes to WrestleMania 2000, the Fatal 4-Way.
Fucking kidding me.
Tying with WrestleMania 28, Rock versus John Cena,
This is your fucking fault.
scoring 33 points in total.
You changed your scores, didn't you?
No, I must have put it higher.
I put that was my top 2. Top 3. Number 3!
Picking out the top 3, WrestleMania 20, the triple threat match, which features Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H.
Really?
36 points.
Higher than the Fatal 4-Way? Really?
3 points more.
Oh my god, we have so many newer fans.
Number 2!
WrestleMania 24, Undertaker versus Edge, scored 38 points to take the 2nd spot.
Excellent match, but not higher than 2000.
No way.
Number 1 is a tie between WrestleMania 17, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock, and WrestleMania 26, Undertaker versus HBK, 52 points.
I'll buy number 2 and number 4.
So that scored 52 points out of all of them. So that crowns those two as the joint top WrestleMania main events of the 21st century. But you know, you guys are obviously disappointed. The ones that you wanted to win didn't win. So let's cheer you all up with everyone's favourite segment. Hashtag Fun Corner! Everyone loves to sing along to that, don't they?
Yep.
Well, he does. We don't for some reason.
No.
Maybe we should. We should sing along more to that one.
No, we'll let him have his moment.
Now,
Oh, thanks. My segment I can't have, but that I can have.
Yeah.
now before I go
That's
into,
only what I want you to have.
before I get into the Twitter questions, we addressed this on this week's episode of Hashtag Shout. Actually, I got an email from someone that watches both Shout and Total Markout, who asked this question. We're going to slightly reword it for the sake of Total Markout, but it's supposed to sure. Having done over 20 episodes so far, or 20 in our case, what would have to occur to satisfy yourselves that the show's become successful, in commas? So basically, what would symbolise to you that Hashtag Total Markout has become a successful show? Yes, King Luke.
I don't give a fuck.
Yes, I basically said anyone that recognises, like if I'm at a con or something, somebody asks if I've heard of the show. They don't have to necessarily recognise me, but if they've heard of the show, like they find I'm a wrestling fan, that to me would be like that. Or if we're asked to, or if one of us is asked to be a guest on someone else's show.
Yes.
That's
what I'm after, something like that.
Yeah.
Lots of views, more views, over 1,000 views per episode. That would be.
Personally, I view the show successful because we're getting questions every week. You know, we're getting people watching.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
For me, I just wanted to have fun.
Exactly.
I wanted to sit and in a room, talk with my mates about wrestling like we did all the time, and I always said to you, we should put this on record.
Yeah. And
it was one of those things where it was like, it worked, it's happy. I'm happy with this. I don't care if it's successful.
Yeah.
I'm happy doing this if only the 20-odd people who listen now listen.
Yeah. Or
the ones who don't listen all the way through, so they're watching it, they just don't count the view.
Yeah. So what's that? Let's go to any Tumblr questions we have.
So just me who wants it to be like, you must watch thousands of
people. Yeah, because your idea of success is a championship.
You want an award, man.
Yeah,
you want the Webby Awards.
I want people to recognise us that wouldn't have a clue who we were.
Right. All right, so
load now.
All right,
we're getting over. I want to get over.
What's with
that was what I thought the point of the show was to get over.
So anyway,
hashtag get over.
Get over it. Anyway,
no.
Whilst we're waiting for the Tumblr questions, I'm going to read some Twitter questions that we got. At Happy
much,
Stew 319.
Hi, Stu.
What is Total Markout's favourite hashtag WrestleMania of all time and your best match of the event? Now, I'm pretty certain I've already answered this question on an episode. Because I said my favourite WrestleMania was not the same.
No, but that's what he's asking.
Yeah.
What is your favourite WrestleMania and what was your favourite of
that
event?
particular event?
Yeah.
Not your favourite WrestleMania match.
I said my favourite WrestleMania was the one which featured the first ever Money in the Bank match.
21.
Yeah, and I believe I would have to say the Money in the Bank match because that's why it's my favourite WrestleMania.
My favourite one of that is Eddie Rey Mysterio.
Oh, nice. Nice choice.
Just love the interaction
So
there.
22,
Actually,
22.
No, I'm saying that's my favourite match of WrestleMania 21, Eddie versus
Rey.
My favourite WrestleMania of all time, I'm going to go 17.
Alright.
And I'm going to say my favourite match of the night would probably be McMahon versus McMahon. It was a match I wasn't expecting to be any good. Closely followed by TLC, and then probably Austin Rock.
Alright, and Jismy?
My favourite was 2000. The epitome of WrestleManias, I think. It used everybody, had amazing matches. But then 28 had to come along.
Yeah, be there.
And I had you on it. And people might say you were biased because you were there, and I was like, no, because these are the matches and the victories I've been shouting for
in fairness, the entire question is based upon bias.
Yeah.
It's what's your favourite.
So it's like, 2028.
They can tie.
They could tie.
Nothing wrong with a tie.
So what's your favourite match from each?
The Fatal 4-Way.
And
Rock versus Cena.
our next question. Now we've got a bunch of questions from @Steven.
Hey!
So, first one. What was your favourite member of the Dungeon of Doom?
Meng.
Now, someone's going to have to explain.
I'm getting it up for you now.
Yeah, because I'm just like, Dungeon of Doom.
Dungeon of Doom was a stable in
Six guys,
WCW.
8 guys.
6
Yeah.
or 8.
They had a 6-on-2 handicap match with Hogan and Savage.
Yeah.
Awesome
So,
looking.
here's my answer for you. Don't know, don't care.
Here we go.
give a shit.
Hey, we're going to...
95 and you had...
Yeah, there's more than...
You had
I think I didn't watch WCW.
the Master, the Taskmaster, Kamala, the Shark, Zodiac, Giant, Meng, Yeti, Jimmy Hart, Lex Luger, Hugh Morris, One Man Gang, Barbarian, Loch Ness, Z Gangster, The Ultimate Solution, Max, Big Bubba, Braun the Leprechaun, Conan, and Jacqueline.
I forgot about Braun the Leprechaun.
Again,
Now I'm still going Meng.
yeah, again, I didn't watch WCW, so fuck him.
Meng and Barbarian for the win.
I'm gonna go Giant.
Giant?
Yeah, I really like the Giant.
Okay.
But I never wanted, as you probably know, and
Yeah.
I always wanted Hogan and
But
Savage to beat
the
them.
ultimate thing was it was the destruction of Hulkamania.
So
They wanted to kill Hulkamania.
obviously I was cheering for Hogan.
Right. Who do you prefer Teddy Long? What do you prefer Teddy Long in? A ref, a GM, or a manager? So
And he did have a continuation of this sentence,
which I could not
which
understand
baffled the fuck out of you.
because it wasn't in English for a start.
I'm going to go, it was really. I'm going to go manager in his 03 stint with Thuggin' and Buggin', and when he was manager of Reflection of Perfection, Mark Jim Drack.
I'm going to say Jeremiah, like when he kind of first came in the scene and he started like sorting shit out. It's like the US title, he kind of started dealing with and stuff like that. So, well, I'll say GM mode. As a referee, I didn't give two shits.
I liked him as a ref because he did have a match, but yeah.
I'm going to go with manager.
Manager.
And mine's going to be with Doom.
Yeah, so.
So what's the follow-up question?
That was it. That was
Alright.
the continuation. What was it? Whether
Did you prefer
if you prefer him as manager,
Godfather
did you- yeah.
of WCW or manager 03 to 04?
I really didn't like the Godfather of WCW gimmick.
Alright, next question. What was your favourite in your house tagline? Couldn't tell you.
Ooh.
I like good friends, bad enemies.
That's a good one, yeah. Are we just talking tagline, or are we talking the
Tagline.
show?
No, tagline.
Tagline. 3 belts, 1 match.
That's it.
That was the tagline for it.
Yeah, I like that.
3 belts, 1 match.
I knew it had something to do with titles. 3 belts, 1
So
match.
yours is 3 belts, 1
Yeah.
match.
Canadian Stampede. I fucking love mainly because that was yeah, because they embraced where they were.
Alright.
And it was Canadian Stampede
16?
a huge thing.
Is that 16?
I think so.
13, 16?
16, 17, something like that.
Well, our last Twitter question. What is your favourite gimmick that someone used during an entrance? For example, Crash had scales, Rico had the ramp, and Eminem had the carpet.
Fucking gimmicks.
I kind of like the Ascensions with the guy's got obviously a palm light.
Or the box of...
Yeah.
But My favourite entrance gimmick of all time. I'll say my favourite gimmick entrance has to be The Godfather, because you have the pimps. So the pimps, the horse.
The horse.
You come out with the horse ring.
They count.
They count.
Al Snow and Head. It's got to be up there.
Aye. Al Snow and Head.
Al Snow and Pepper. Actually, that's favourite animal, so you know.
So favourite gimmick entrance.
I like Bossman's.
Is that the one where
Truncheon?
Truncheon. Like,
I was like, nah.
use it. It was like, bro. Steve, didn't
That made
Steve
him look
Blackman have
intimidating.
the nunchucks, or was that X-Pac? Or both?
No, it was Blackman. He came out with the weapons.
Yeah, bag of weapons is always good. It's party time.
Time to go to school.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I want to say Bossman for me.
I'm gonna say Head. I'll go on Head.
Alright,
Yeah.
and you've got the Tumblr question.
Is that the last? Is that the last?
Is that the last
There's-
on Twitter, is it?
No, that's all the ones I have on Twitter.
Yeah.
If I missed any, we'll answer them next week.
Where was at you gonna get Gats question?
You got to get got? Didn't have a question from him.
Yeah, wait till I say it.
I can always check. Make
I
sure
say tomorrow.
afterwards.
This is recorded on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Listen on a Monday, so I've already seen him. Time, so listen
so-
to what will be returning, Gary.
This is from Anonymous on Tumblr. He asks, assuming you reach 100 episodes,
What do you mean assuming?
which me and my partner are assured you guys will, how will you celebrate? Will you have a party, a special episode, or will it just be business as normal?
Special 3-hour episode.
No, we'll never have a 3-hour episode of the show unless it's live. If we do a live show, then obviously because then we can drink while we're doing it and get people involved and take questions live from the people from the live audience, you know. But I don't know.
We can take your phone calls live on air.
I would probably say we'll do something like awesome. It'll be a special episode.
2-hour episode.
They're all 2-hour episodes these days. After you have to try to edit the shit out of them. But no, maybe do a live show if it's if the interest is there. Maybe have a bit of a shindig. Maybe do a contest
Yep,
of some kind. Get some special artwork from Reyes Cannon for the show. Whatever. We'll do something. Drink will definitely be involved. Maybe do the episode drunk.
Sounds good to me.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But what about you guys? What would you like to do for 100 episodes?
3-hour episode.
I think we could always. It always depends whereabouts it falls.
Yeah.
If it falls during awards season,
Yeah.
we'll do something real special with it. You know, we'll
Yeah.
do maybe throw out some.
Maybe we'll have a triple threat match, a wrestling match. And we'll get we'll have a competition to see who gets to. We'll get a competition to see who gets to ref.
Maybe we'll do some of that. Maybe we'll have Steve sing some wrestling theme songs.
I thought we were going to do a reward thing.
And maybe I'll tell you what. We'll reach 100 episodes. I'll do a montage of. I'll do a special montage of impressions in one long promo.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. Tout us and tweet us what you would like us to do for our 100th episode. All right? Simple. Just obviously you'll have to include the hashtag and add one of us to the. If it's a tout, definitely add one of us. At SteveJohn03, at Geek King, or at Eric Von Jisme. Otherwise, we'll not say it. So, with all that being said,
Whoa!
Do you have a question? Do you do?
From Yahoo Answers.
Oh wow!
wow, we have questions from Yahoo Answers.
Very bullshit.
At Geek King,
Oh, here we go.
what is with your accent?
What you mean the accent?
Or way you speak when you tout compared to how you talk on the show?
I don't speak any differently.
I think you do a bit.
Do I? Oh my
Is
god!
it-
People are curious, is it supposed to be American or something else?
Is it not?
Speak.
No. Well, the problem. I think I can explain this, being the lover of psychology that I am, and study people's voices and all that jazz. When you're speaking in a group, you're more relaxed, you're more comfortable, so you're not really aware of how you speak, so you speak. When you record something on your own, you're actually incredibly aware of how you talk, so you try to make sure you don't screw up. And that actually affects your inflections. So your inflections and how you speak. It's like if you see me, you listen to my top 10 videos, and you always hear like, "Hey, Steve," it all sounds like kind of like a showman kind of voice. But when I talk with you guys, it's completely different. It's more relaxed.
I don't mean it to be any different.
Well, that's the point. It's
If
not
it's different,
it's not a conscious thing. It's subconscious. Everyone does it.
I would say if it's different, I apologise, but quite frankly, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So I won't apologise, but if it is different, fair enough.
Yeah, but that's all it is. It's just subconscious. Is that all the questions from Yahoo?
That's all the questions.
Wow. Hey.
All the questions is a dick.
And I would tell you the name, but I honestly can't remember. It was like some random.
Yeah.
No,
Well, anyway.
No mind.
Now, yeah, that's interesting. You got a personalised question.
But yeah, they're listening to your touts.
I like
They
that.
don't follow me on tap.
Yeah. But I like it.
I don't know, they might.
You know what's funny, right? You've had a personalised question, like a question about you, like
So,
directed at
Yeah.
him. I had a question directed at you.
So I do. Last week.
No. The question was, will there ever come a point where Steve Jones can't do the show? It wasn't a question about, like, it's like to me. So it's like, I think you guys must be the most interesting thing about the show then. So,
I do have one person who follows me who I don't know.
So with all those questions out of the way, the electricals are fucked up again. Oh, wait a minute. It must be the electricals. It must be time for... Shameless plug! You can follow us, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you can. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow Jisme at Eric Von Jisme.
Please do.
That is ERIKVANDJISMI. It really helps people to follow you if you don't talk over the top of me.
I am at Eric Van Jasmine. Follow. That is enough for the shameless plugs. That's all you need to know.
You can follow the Geek King at G33K_KNG. That is G_KNG.
If you want to.
And you can follow me at Steve Jones 313. That is Steve Jones #3, #1, #3. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/totalmarkout. If you prefer each episode in 2 videos as opposed to the one long one.
Ooh.
Which I can understand.
Yeah, because it's easier to download. Blip.tv/totalmarkout is the place to be. And of course, check out our resident artist, Reyes Cannon, at cannonball.dino.com. That is Cannonball, and ball is spelled BAWL.
Follow us on Tumblr.
At totalmarkout.tumblr.com.
Buy our merchandise on shop.
At cafepress.com/totalmarkout. And don't forget, next week we'll...
Phone Eric Van Jisme live.
And remember, episode 21 comes to you on August 25th, 2012. And ladies and gentlemen, in 2 weeks' time, it will be the Total Markout quiz, where Eric Von Jisme
will retain his title.
Win back is the phrase you're looking for. Because Geek King
his title.
Is the current reigning and defending
undisputed
cheat
Total Markout quiz champion.
Won it squarely.
King.
Cheat.
Won it fairly.
Cheat.
He didn't cheat.
How did I cheat?
Yeah.
You beat me.
Anyway, and that is all from Eric Von Jisme.
No, you are a fluke.
I'm a fluke.
Yes.
I'm a spoiler if you want me to be.
No, I'm
okay.
just as yet.
Eric,
anyway,
that's
some
all.
people haven't seen that NXT.
And time this comes on, they will have.
Okay, that is all from Eric Von Jisme.
Bye.
That's all from Geek King.
Bye.
Peace.
On his
and that is all from me. And we will see you next week on the greatest. Well, except for Roddy Pipers and
Coca Banners.
a few others.
Scotty Goldman.
The ones that are on iTunes.
The greatest.
I'm sorry, but I'll tell you right now, if you search Scotty Goldman's Art of Wrestling, you won't get anything.
But anyway, apart from those, we are the greatest wrestling podcast in the world.
Hashtag
Total